Hello students, welcome back to this online course of Water Resource Engineering. So in the previous lecture I have given you a simple problem based on border flooding. So this was the problem. You have to determine the time required to irrigate a strip of land of 0.04 hectares in area from a tube well with a discharge of 0.02 cubic. The infiltration capacity of the soil may be taken as 5 centimeter per hour and the average depth of flow on the field as 10 centimeters. You have to also determine the maximum area that can be irrigated from this tube well. So first of all, for any problem, what you have to do, you have to write the given parameters. So what are the things given in the question? First one is area, which is 0.04 hectares. So we have to convert all these units into a same unit system. So we are converting all the parameters into SI units. So 0.04 hectares, 1 hectare is 10 raised to power 4 meter square. So this will become 400 meter square. Discharge is 0.02 cubic. Cubic means meter cube per second. So 0.02 into 60 into 60 in 1 hour we are converting. So this is coming out to be 72 meter cube per hour. Infiltration rate is 5 centimeter per hour. So it will become 0.05 meter per hour. Average depth Y is given as 10 centimeter, which is 0.01 meter. So what you have to do, you have to just put all these value in this formula. So T was equal to 2.3 Y by F log of 10 Q upon Q minus FA. So Y is 10, F is 0.02, Q is 72 and A is 400. So after this calculation you will get the answer as 0.65 hour, because everything we have taken in hour. So if you will convert this hour into minutes, you will get 39 minutes. So if you are getting the correct answer, write your answer in the comment section. And after that, what we had to calculate the maximum area. The maximum area that can be irrigated with the discharge Q from this tube well can be Q by F. Q was Q by F. So Q is 72, F is 0.05. So if you will just calculate, this is coming out to be 1440 meter square or 0.144 hectares. So this was the problem which was given to you as a homework. If you are getting the correct answers, just tell me in the comment section so that I can check like how many of you are getting the concepts. So the next method of irrigation is check flooding. So it is similar to ordinary flooding except it is same as the flooding, but there are some modifications, which are the water is controlled by surrounding the check area with low and flat levees. So levees are constructed along the contours and this water is checked by these levees. So levees are generally constructed along the contours having vertical interval of about 5 to 10 centimeter. These levees are connected with cross levee at convenient places. So these are connecting levees. These levees are connected with cross levee and that cross levee is termed as connecting levee. The confined plot area varies from 0.2 to 0.8 hectares. So confined area means this area which is confined by levees. So these are levees and this is the confined area. So it can vary from 0.2 hectare to 0.8 hectare. So this is a typical diagram, plan view. So this is the main ditch, water is coming. So we have provided openings for particular confined area and water is, this field is getting irrigated like this. So in check flooding, the check is filled with water and at a fairly high rate and allowed to stand until the water infiltrates. So water is applied at a high rate, water will stand here and slowly it will infiltrate through soil. This method is suitable for more permeable soil as well as less permeable soil. So if you got this point, just let me know in comment section like what exactly this mean. This method is suitable for more permeable soil as well as less permeable soil. So please find what this line means. So this was all about check flooding. Now comes the fourth technique, which is basin flooding. So this method is a special type of check flooding and is adopted specially for orchard trees. So this is next homework. You have to tell me what are orchard tree means. Next, one or more trees are generally placed in the basin and the surface is flooded as in check method by ditch water. So till now what we were doing, we were just flooding full field. But now what we are doing here, we are making basins at a particular interval and we are connecting this ditches like main ditch and subsidiary ditch to these basins. We are directly providing water to these basins only. That's why the name came basin flooding. And so these are the trees, this is a basin, this is main ditch, here water is entering, these are subsidiary ditches. Now the next fifth one is furrow irrigation method. So in flooding methods described above, till now we have seen only flooding methods. So what was happening there? Water covers the entire surface. We were flooding the whole area. So that means water is spreading in whole area. So it is water covers full surface, the entire surface of the field. While in furrow irrigation method, only 1/5 to 1/2 of the land surface is wetted by water. So this is one of the difference from the four methods we have discussed. In the previous four methods, water was, the entire surface is covered by water, but in furrow irrigation what we are doing, only 1/5 to 1/2 means 20% to 50% of the field is only get covered by the water. It therefore results in less evaporation, less budding of soil and permits cultivation sooner after irrigation. So if we are not making full of the field, like we are not flooding the full field, so it is easy to access the crops. So what is the advantage? We can easily sow or we can easily cultivate the crops sooner after the irrigation. The crops are easily accessible. So let us check the diagram. So this is the diagram for furrow irrigation. For these are the furrows. This is the main canal. So water is entering here. So water is entering from here to here, from here to here. So some water is coming from this side, some water is coming from this side. So this type of arrangement is there. Furrows are narrow field ditches excavated between rows of plant and carry irrigation water through them. Okay, so these are the furrows, small ditches which are carrying irrigation water. Spacing of furrows is determined by proper spacing of the plants. So this spacing is depending upon the spacing between the plants. Furrow vary from 8 to 30 centimeter deep. So the depth of these furrows can vary from minimum to 8 and maximum up to 30 centimeter and maybe as much as long 400 meters. So these furrows we can make as long as 400 meters. Excessive long furrows may result in too much percolation near the upper end. Okay. So if we are making this as too long, so at the upper edges water will get more percolated, and too little water near the downslope end. Okay, so the last point is small shallow furrows. Small, the furrows which are small and shallow. Small means length is small, shallow means it is very, the depth is very less. These are called as small shallow furrows, called corrugations, are particularly suitable for relatively irregular, if topography is irregular, like there is some height, there is some valley, summit, like these. If the field is irregular, not level, then we can use small shallow furrows, which are called as corrugations. And close growing crops such as meadows and small grains. So one more homework is you have to tell about what is this meadows. So if topography is irregular, so what we are going to do, we are going to make small shallow furrows and we will grow the crops closely. So this was all for today. In the next lecture we will be seeing about sprinkler irrigation method and drip irrigation method. So this was all for today. Thank you, class.